Hi everyone, welcome to Art with Miss Lynn. So today I am going to show you how to make a drawing or a collage of balloons. So a lot of people use balloons for decorating parties and celebration events, right? So today we're going to use paper, some glue and scissors, markers or colored pencils or crayons if you have, or paint, whatever you have at home to use it for decorating the balloon that we're going to draw. It's going to be very simple. We're going to start with folding your regular size paper. If you have regular 8.5 by 11 paper, we fold it in half, or 9 by 12, right? So we can draw at least 2 balloons. So let's start with the pencil. We are going to use our hands to make sure the balloon is nice and big. So I put my hand here to use as a guide and trace a big oval like this around my hand, and then continue finishing the bottom at the bottom, right, like that. So an oval shape. And I use my hand because sometimes people draw really small and just do like this, right? Nothing wrong with that, but it's very small. It's going to be hard for you to decorate and add designs and color. So I'm going to make it nice and round and big. And of course, your balloon doesn't have to be just oval shape. Some balloons are like heart shape, some are like star shape, right? All kinds of shapes. So after I finish that, if you have a Sharpie or marker or any color marker, you can trace this quickly and then start adding some designs on it. For example, we want to practice drawing different kinds of lines, drawing different kinds of shapes, because lines and shapes are the basic elements of art, right? So I trace my balloon, not exactly on the pencil mark, but that's okay. I make it even better with the marker. So let's erase my pencil lines first. If you're going to combine materials, for example, marker and crayon, so I would suggest just using markers first and then crayon for coloring big areas, right? So then we don't use up the markers so quickly. So let's practice drawing lines. If you remember how to do different types of lines: straight line, wavy line, curly line, zigzag. And with these we combine together to create patterns, right? So I use a straight line just across to divide this part, and then I use different types of lines in between, right? Kind of look like an Easter egg too. I forgot one part. The bottom part here where they tie the balloon, right? So it's kind of like a triangle. So let's draw that in too. The next one I'm going to use, I could use shapes, right? You can make different kind of pattern. I could use shape to design my balloon, different types of shapes. You can use different colors, of course. You're the artist. So be creative. What kind of lines and shapes are you going to combine to make patterns? Does it have to be in a row like that? No, right? So a lot of times pattern is everywhere and could be kind of random, goes in different directions, right? I'm just going to use a few simple shapes to start. Or you can use pictures, you can draw yourself, you can draw like happy faces, right? Whatever you want to use. If you happen to have paint, which I do have, you can use paint to color, but make sure to let it dry before you cut it out, okay? And that's the part that we're going to do after we color. So right now I'm going to start coloring. Maybe if I want to make it rainbow color, then I could follow the color of the rainbow, or in an order that I think the colors will fit nicely. Since we are cutting this out, it's okay if you color outside the balloon a little bit. Not the inside part, but like, let's say this edge, right? Because I'm gonna cut this out later. Okay, so red would go nice with purple next to it. Now, if you are gonna add some pattern, like more things on top of the crayon, then just use crayon to do that. I would not suggest using the marker again because it will dry out your marker, right? So for example, if this part is a little bit of empty and you want to add some more things, then just use the crayon again on top of crayon. All right, so let me do the blue. I'm gonna color blue next to purple. And what color do you think goes well next to the blue? Green. So after I finish coloring, the next thing is to cut it out and then rearrange it in a nice order, side to side or overlapping. Maybe one balloon is in front of another. Or if you're not going to do part 2, the cutting and the gluing, then you can just hang the balloon up on your wall to look at. It could be just flat and round, right? All right, one more color. Let's do orange again. All right, so let's say I finish this. And the next thing is to cut it out. Let's say I finished coloring here too. Then I cut this out, practice cutting. If you can cut round shape, again, you can always cut straight. All right, go straight. Go straight until you learn to cut in a curve. And corners, they're always a little tricky to turn your paper or the scissor. So you can always cut up to here, stop, and then cut out from the outside going in. This way will be easier. So let's say I finish this. The next thing is, if you have color paper, we are going to glue this onto a color paper to make a collage. If you want to just leave the balloon hanging, just put it on your wall to look at without a background paper, then that's fine too. I'm gonna finish cutting here. Pretend I finished coloring this, right? So both balloons are very colorful. Now, find a color paper. If you have construction paper at home, we are going to use something bright. And when you're choosing your color for the background, think about your balloon. If you use a lot of yellow in your balloon, then yellow might not make the balloon pop out, right? So test it, put it on different color and see which background color will make your balloon really stand out. Ooh, pink looks nice, but I think the blue part, the blue one will make this really stand out, right? So like that. Since I used a lot more yellow and warm colors, it won't look like it's popping out too much on the yellow, right? So color choices, right? Understanding color will help you create better artwork. So when you're arranging this, you can think about which balloon you want to be in the front, or are you going to put it side by side like that? Is it going to touch? Is it not touching? Right, so these are the placement options that artists think about whenever they create their artwork, right? We call it composition. Where do you want to compose and put your object? Okay, so after you do that, you glue this down and then you add the string. And then you can add some more background and decorate the background if you like. So I have a finished one. See, I make this one with a lot of color and practice different lines. Use polka dots for my second design. And then after I cut it, I just draw the string and then add some confetti everywhere. So it looks very festive and happy, right? So I hope you enjoy working on yours, and I can't wait to see your balloon. Have fun. See you next time. Bye.